The Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra is launching in just a few weeks. And thanks to a lot of leaks, we pretty much know everything about it. But does that automatically mean that the current S25 Ultra is obsolete? Or is it right now actually the perfect time to grab the S25 Ultra, while prices are dropping and the new model isn't even available yet? That's exactly what we're figuring out today. We are going to break down everything the S26 Ultra is bringing to the table based on the latest leaks, compare it side by side with the S25 Ultra, and by the end you will know exactly whether to buy now or hold off a few more weeks. Before we dive in, everything about the S26 Ultra is based entirely on leaks and rumors. None of this has been officially confirmed yet. But a lot of these leaks come from extremely reliable sources, and we have even seen official marketing material that's been leaked. So take it with a grain of salt, but these leakers have had an insanely good track record in the past. The S26 Ultra is expected to be unveiled on February 25th and go on sale starting March 11th. So we have still got a bit of time. Let's start with the design, and this is where we actually see the first visible differences. The S25 Ultra has that familiar look with 3 individual camera rings on the back. It's clean, we know it, a lot of people love it. But Samsung seems to be going in a different direction with the S26 Ultra. We have already seen official marketing material leaked by Even Plus, and I have to be honest, this thing looks really good. Samsung is giving the S26 Ultra a camera island similar to what we've seen on the Galaxy Z Fold 7. The 3 cameras are now housed in a single module that protrudes slightly from the body with a step design so it doesn't look too bulky. My personal take, I think it looks sleeker than the individual rings. But design is always subjective. What I can say objectively, though, is that the S26 Ultra is getting softer, more rounded edges. The S25 Ultra already has some sharp corners, and the S26 Ultra should feel noticeably more comfortable in the hand. The S25 Ultra has a titanium frame, we know it, it's premium, it feels high-end. But with the S26 Ultra, there are hints that Samsung might be switching back to aluminum. The leaked color names Black Shadow, White Shadow, Galactical Blue and Ultraviolet no longer include titanium anywhere. That would be a slight step back in terms of premium feel, but maybe Samsung has good reasons for it. Better heat management, for instance. That's exactly how Apple justified their switch back to aluminum on the iPhone. The S26 Ultra comes in black, white, cobalt blue, violet and a sky blue. We have already seen the violet on leaked images and it honestly looks way better than expected. The S26 Ultra is marginally taller and wider, but at just 7.9mm it's actually a bit thinner than the S25 Ultra. The difference is small, but if you prefer a sleeker device, the S26 Ultra has the edge. One more detail about the S Pen. On the S26 Ultra, it now sits completely in the corner of the device and has a new squared off design on the push end that matches the phone corners. It looks sharp, but it also means you can only insert the S Pen in one direction now. On the S25 Ultra, it didn't matter which way you put it in. And unfortunately, there is a disappointment for many. There is no sign of Bluetooth returning to the S Pen. That feature was already dropped with the S25 Ultra and it looks like it's staying gone on the S26 Ultra too. Let's talk about design, and this is where things get really interesting. Both devices pack a 6.9-inch AMOLED display with 120Hz. The S25 Ultra already has a fantastic screen, no question about it, but the S26 Ultra is supposed to take it up another notch. Samsung is using the new LTPO M14 OLED technology on the S26 Ultra. What does that mean in practice? Even better color reproduction, even more efficient, even more vibrant. On top of that, the display is said to support 10-bit color, which is a genuine upgrade for anyone who cares about color accuracy. But the absolute standout feature, and this is something I haven't seen on any other smartphone, is the so-called privacy display. Samsung has even officially teased this already. When you activate this feature, you can restrict the viewing angle of the display. That means only you can see what's on your screen. The person sitting next to you on a train, they see practically nothing. And it gets even better, you can actually enable this for specific areas on the display. For example, just for notifications or password fields. Part of it is powered by AI. According to Ice Universe, it works through a kind of spotlight technology where each individual pixel can adjust its light angle. Oh, and one more thing, according to leaks, the glass on the S26 Ultra is supposed to be scratch resistant that you won't even need a screen protector anymore. That will obviously be the dream. On the S25 Ultra, I'd still personally recommend using one. Important to note, the privacy display feature is reportedly exclusive to the S26 Ultra, not the regular S26 or S26 Plus. So if that feature matters to you, the Ultra is the only way to go. Let's look at performance. The S25 Ultra runs on the Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy, the fastest chip Samsung currently offers. Blazing fast, super efficient, zero complaints. The S26 Ultra will get the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 for Galaxy. The for Galaxy part means the chip is slightly overclocked compared to the standard version. So there will be another bump in performance. But exactly how big, we won't know until we have the device in hand. What's interesting is that Samsung will likely do a regional split again with the S26 and S26 Plus. Depending on where you live, you will either get the Snapdragon or the new Exynos 2600. And the Exynos 2600 is actually exciting. It's the world's first 2nm chip for smartphones. The S26 Ultra, however, should get the Snapdragon across all regions. So no Exynos lottery with the Ultra model. Storage stays the same, 256GB, 512GB and 1TB. That's identical to the S25 Ultra. What is changing on the regular S26 is that the 128GB option is being dropped. It now starts at 256GB, but that doesn't affect us here with the Ultra. The camera for a lot of people, the single most important reason to buy. The S25 Ultra has an excellent camera system, 200MP main, 50MP ultra wide, 10MP 3x telephoto and 50MP 5x periscope telephoto. On the S26 Ultra, the megapixel counts are expected to stay the same, 200, 50, 10 and 50. But there are hardware improvements under the hood. The main camera is getting a wider aperture, reportedly f1.4 instead of f1.7. What does that mean? More light hits the sensor, better low-light performance, and a more pronounced bokeh effect for portraits. On top of that, a new lens element is supposed to reduce lens flare. You know, those annoying light streaks when you're shooting toward a light source. The 5x periscope camera is also getting a wider aperture. Ice Universe says the video quality from the lens will improve. Less noise and better colors in low light. On the video side, there are rumors about APV video, a new format designed for more professional video quality. If you're a content creator, that could be worth keeping an eye. And the front camera is getting slightly bigger for a wider field of view. That means more people fit in a selfie and video calls show more of your surroundings. Is this a massive leap from the S25 Ultra? Honestly, not really. The S25 Ultra already takes fantastic photos. The improvements on the S26 Ultra are more incremental. Better low-light shots, fewer technical issues like lens flare. Unless you're pixel peeping, you might not even notice the difference in everyday use. When it comes to battery, unfortunately there's no big revolution here. The S25 Ultra has 5000 mAh and the S26 Ultra is also expected to have 5000 mAh according to leaks. There were rumors floating around about a 5400 mAh battery, but those seem to have fizzled out. That's honestly a bit disappointing. The competition from OnePlus and Xiaomi is now packing 6000 mAh and more into their flagships. Samsung is being more conservative here, which probably has to do with the stricter safety standards they've maintained ever since the whole Note 7 disaster. But at least charging is getting faster. The S25 Ultra tops out 45 watts wired. The S26 Ultra is supposed to support up to 60 watts, and according to leaks, it can go from 0 to 75% in 30 minutes. That's a noticeable difference when you need to quick top up in the morning. As for wireless charging, all S26 models are said to be Qi2 compatible, supporting up to 25 watts of wireless charging. Whether the magnets are built in like on the newer Pixel models or whether you will need a case again isn't entirely clear yet. On the S25 Ultra, you will definitely need a magnetic case for proper wireless charging. Good news for anyone who uses reverse wireless charging, charging other devices with your phone. The feature is sticking around on the S26 Ultra, even though magnets for accessories are now built in. Google claimed on the Pixel 10 Pro that this was technically impossible. Well, Samsung is proving it can be done. The S25 Ultra is currently running on One UI 8 on Android 16. The S26 Ultra will ship with One UI 8.5 on Android 16. Samsung promises 7 years of OS updates and 7 years of security updates for both devices. So in terms of software support, there's no big difference whatsoever. The S25 Ultra will also be able to update to One UI 8.5 once the S26 Ultra launches. What the S26 Ultra will get though are new Galaxy AI features. We don't know the specifics yet, but Ice Universe has said that Samsung wants to keep the most advanced AI features exclusive to the S26 Ultra. The regular S26 and S26 Plus won't get everything. On the S25 Ultra, most AI features were rolled out across all models, so this could be a shift in strategy. Now let's talk price, often the deciding factor. According to Korean reports, the S26 Ultra is expected to launch at the same price as the S25 Ultra. That means we are probably looking around $1,299 for the 256GB version. But here's the key point: the S25 Ultra has been on the market for almost a year now. Prices have already dropped. You can pick up the S25 Ultra for significantly less at this point. Sometimes $400 to $500 below the original launch price. The S26 Ultra will launch at full price, and there are signs that Samsung might scale back the pre-order deals. With the S25 Ultra, you'd often get a free storage upgrade, 512GB for the price of 256GB. That might not happen this time around. Alright, time for the big question. Is the S25 Ultra still worth it, or should you wait for the S26 Ultra? Let me break it down into different scenarios. You should go with the S25 Ultra if: first, price matters to you. You can get the S25 Ultra right now for way less than its launch price. The S26 Ultra is going to cost at least $1,299, probably more once you pick your storage option. If you want to save a few $100 and still get a top-tier flagship, the S25 Ultra is an absolutely outstanding device. Second, the new features aren't a big deal for you. The privacy display is cool, no question, but if you've been living without it the whole time, you're not going to miss it. The camera improvements are incremental, and the titanium frame, if Samsung really does switch to aluminum, is actually still a point in the S25 Ultra's favor. You should wait for the S26 Ultra if: first, you want the latest and greatest. The S26 Ultra will simply be the newest Samsung flagship with the latest chip, the newest software, and 7 years of updates starting from purchase. Second, the privacy display matters to you. It's genuinely a unique feature that no other smartphone has. If you're frequently on public transit or privacy is important to you, this could be a game changer. Third, you're staying in the Samsung ecosystem anyway and want to maximize your trade-in value. Pre-order periods often come with better trade-in offers for older Samsung devices. Look, to be completely honest, the S26 Ultra is an evolutionary update, not a revolution. The S25 Ultra is and remains one of the best Android smartphones you can buy. If you can get the S25 Ultra at a good price right now, you are making an excellent choice. You're getting a fantastic display, an incredible camera, the S Pen, a titanium frame and 7 years of updates. The S26 Ultra brings some nice improvements, a softer design, faster charging, that privacy display, better cameras, but none of it is so revolutionary that the S25 Ultra suddenly becomes a bad phone. At the end of the day, it comes down to your priorities. I'm definitely excited for February 25th, when the Samsung officially unveils everything. That's when we will find out which leaks were right and which ones weren't. What do you think? Are you going for the S25 Ultra or waiting for the S26 Ultra? Let me know in the comments and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!